Hello there. Welcome to my stream. I am Nick, and I will be your dungeon master for the night. And tonight, we are continuing with episode 9 of Age of Titans 2, where in the aftermath of the last session, we've had some very dramatic things that has happened that will most definitely not have any repercussions in the future, be it in this game or in a future Age of Titans game. But we will jump right into it with a recap. So, previously, the party defeated Miramal Haronin, chosen of the Plague Bearer, and put an end to the Saletis, the blight afflicting the village of Tyrant. In doing so, the party also earned the alliance of the Tarkans and can now find their assistance in major towns and cities should they wish. The party then went their separate ways to deal with some personal matters before moving on to their next major quest. Devan met up with Icarus, who told him that he's figured out a way to counter the enchantment that lay around the cottage of Enril, and asked to tag along as Icarus wishes to meet with the individual that was capable of crafting such an intricate spell. John, having been killed by the Plague Bearer, has come back to life, but as someone else, warring with the memories of his current body and the soul that now inhabits it. He went on a more roundabout way back to Zetram, battling his own returning memories, the newly instilled bloodlust brought by his new-found Dhampir form, all while the whispers of Zath, the Maiden of Murder, grows louder. Aitri brought the corpse of Miramal back to the Palace of Glass, and with the aid of Istal and with Empress Laurelyn's audience, used the Speak with Dead spell to question his corpse, only for the Plague Bearer herself to answer, for Miramal's soul has gone missing. In the ensuing interrogation, Aitri learns that the mastermind of the Tyrant plot and much of the happenings of the past week, including Meryl at the Acropolis, was the machinations of the Chosen of the Dread Tyrant, heretofore still unknown and hidden in shadows. Forsyth, having indirectly brought about the death of Arborea Osisa and carving her heart out at Silra's behest, was visited by Kalaria, Chosen of Oberon, their patron god, warning them of the consequence of the path they are currently taking. This then prompts a tense conversation with Silra herself, of which at the end Forsyth cut ties with her, and Silra's threat that they'll come crawling back soon enough. And now we go to Eli'viel, who went to the town of Harkin and met with Desdan, former paladin of the Solar Shield, now worshipper of Orcus, at the inn Sparrow's Tail, and there offered her a way to rid herself of the tumor of the Carrion King, currently gestating in her shoulder, who wishes to gestate the Carrion King himself, and then help him reclaim his birthright that was stolen by the Blood Duchess. Left with no choice, Eli'viel agreed to it and the tumor was removed by Desdan using an obsidian blade. But during the removal ritual, Eli'viel noticed an apparition above Desdan that formed a twisted shadowy shape that allowed her to realize that at some point, Desdan became the Chosen of the Gaping Maw, Orcus's brother, and that he now has in his possession the Carrion King's seed. And it is with all of this that has happened that brings us to now. So I think we will start with Devan first. So we cut to you and Icarus standing outside of this cottage that you arrived at. This single-story structure with thatched roof and a small garden to the left, rounded by a short wooden fence that looks old but well-maintained. Icarus has turned towards you and is now following your lead about what to do next. What do you do?
Can I sense the magic that is around the place?
Are you just doing this normally, or are you doing it through a spell?
Normally.
Make me an Arcana check. Either Arcana or Perception, I'll allow both.
25.
Oh shit, okay, 25. So with 25, you can definitely sense that this is an area that has magic built into its fabric. It clings around. You can't really tell what kind of magic. Obviously, there's the enchantment that lies along this entire area that Icarus has helped you suppress with the Mind Blank spell that he cast on both of you. but you are not able to pick up like specifically, like not without a like a detect magic spell, what exactly clings. But this is a very magical place, and it makes you extremely surprised that it was able to escape notice by the people that lives on this island for so long.
And so because in the past I've sent agents, right? I've
Yes.
sent agents and they all came away with like amnesia.
Yep.
So with the mind blank spell, does that mean I am not affected whatsoever, or that I kind of like I can sense like there is a shield that stops me from being affected?
The mind blank spell basically renders you immune to anything that would charm you, and enchantment spells are charm effects. So
Okay.
based on Icarus's description, both of you are currently immune to whatever ritual effects is around this place.
Okay, nice, great. Okay, so I'm gonna walk up. Is there light coming out from the? Sorry, what time is it?
This is around like midday.
Okay. Do I see smoke coming out the chimney?
There is a little bit of smoke coming out from the chimney.
Okay. I'll go up to a window and just kind of like discreetly peek and look in.
All right. Make me another perception. Oh, and also as like you're walking up, Icarus will go. Look, I told you that I am intrigued by this individual, but you are here to talk about something very personal. Do you want me to follow along, or do you want me to hold back for now?
It's fine. Come along. Let's see what he has to say.
All right. And his face lights up like a kid in a candy store as he follows along.
Yeah. Okay.
And make me a perception check as you see Icarus rounds to the garden and starts inspecting the plants there.
Damn, 7.
Yeah. Omen got cataract.
All right. So with the 7, you look through and there is a bit of a fog that is over the glass that you're looking through. You can see inside. What little you can see is a cozy space with like a wooden table right next to the window. So this window that you step up to is next to the front door, and this wooden table has a chair on it. And from your angle, you can see that there is a small bed in the back corner, and on the adjacent wall, there's a small cook area, and there's a cozy chair that sits before a fireplace. And at the center of the floor is a red rug, and you can see a shape sitting on that chair in front of the fireplace, but you cannot make out anything more.
Okay, that's fine. I go up, I knock on the door.
Alright, so as you head towards the door, you can see Icarus is kneeled down and he has one hand like looking at a white petaled flower as I say, fascinating. Didn't think these will grow here. And as you begin to knock on the door, thum, thum, thum. And then you wait. And there's no response.
Knock again. Hello?
And by this point, Icarus like stands up. These plants, they are used for magic. Magic from my era. And he turns to look at you. These plants don't exist in your time now. I've not seen them in any of the herbalism books that I've browsed through in the past week.
Interesting.
And he walks up to take his place next to you. At that moment, from behind the door, you hear soft footsteps approaching the door. And then you hear a voice goes, "Who is it?"
I'm just a physician passing through. I've noticed that you have interesting flowers in the garden that I've not seen before. I wanted to ask, what are they? And do you know if there are any medicinal properties?
Make a deception check.
Oh my god! Where's my deception? Oh no! I'm not a bard! Oh well, that's life.
Oh, that's
okay,
pretty
that's
good.
Okay.
And what kind of physician can get past the enchantment that I lay upon my home?
Just the normal kind. I say, feigning innocence, pretending that I have no idea what he's saying.
There is a pause until eventually you hear the sliding of like a lock. You know those chain locks? Like, and then The door opens. The door only opens like about half a feet, just enough for the person behind it to see you over there. And through that gap, you see standing over there is what seems to be a man in his 60s with pure white hair that hangs out in messy curls over his shoulder. His eyes are golden and shines with a subtle light belying his celestial blood, and his features are kind of angular with wrinkles in the corner of his eyes and mouth. And he has a full beard that is also as unkempt as his hair, and he's dressed in like these comfortable gray robes. And he looks at you up and down. You shouldn't be here.
I say, I'm looking for Enril. I was told I would find him here. I say, well, like implying in my tone that I know that this is Enril. Are you Enril?
As you say that, you can see his eyes fixed on you again. And he goes, ah, that. Of course. And why do you have need to find Enril?
You see, I first read about you in a book. Now, it was a very interesting story, and I thought initially that it was a parable for children. But it turns out that one, you can trade your soul for power and wealth. And two, you can reverse that soul exchange. So how'd you do it?
Ah, of course, so that's what they came up with, this fiction. I suppose you can come in. I can humor you at the least. And he opens the door fully to allow you to enter. And it's at that point that he finally, after opening the door, he also notices Icarus standing over there, and eye just fixes on him for quite a while, just staring. And then you sort of like notice this, and you look at him. Then you turn around and you look at Icarus, and Icarus is also staring at him. With the kind of look on his face that speaks like, when you finally meet someone from a very long time ago, but they've changed so much that you had a friend when you were in kindergarten, then you met with them again as an adult. He has that kind of look on his face, and his like frowning. You seem familiar, Icarus say. And that breaks Enril out of his whatever reverie that he was in. I have one of those faces. Please, come in. And he gestures, and Icarus will look at you, waiting for you to take the first step.
I take the first step. I'm just gonna... Okay, I can definitely feel something there, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go in front of Icarus and try to keep myself between the both of them.
Alright, easy enough for you to do as you walk in. Enril will then head back towards the seat in front of the fireplace. I do not have any extra chairs. You can pull up that one, though one of you will have to stand. And he sits himself back onto the couch in front of his fireplace, and you can see that there's a small low table to his side where he is nursing like a cup of tea that he's been sipping on. And then he'll go, so what do you read that I did that would bring you all the way here?
Well, what was interesting in that book was that I met someone who looks exactly like what the book described.
Ah.
Yeah.
You have made a contract, an infernal contract, and now you wish to break out of it.
I would say the contract was made without my consent. That needs to be said.
And so that brought you to me. But I am afraid that I must be the bearer of bad news, for what you seek is not the truth. It is merely a fiction that was put in place long ago.
Then what is the truth?
And then he gives you a long look, his golden eyes piercing into you. And then he goes, "Who did you make the deal with?"
I think I'm carrying my armor has the sigil of the Herald, so I'll just point towards it.
All this time, he has not glanced at you at any point. Like, he just looks over you, but now that he's finally focused on the sigil, you can see his eyes widen a bit. Ah, him. And then he gets another look in his eyes, and then he looks at Icarus, then looks back at you. Ah, might this be the sign that I've been waiting for? And you can see a sort of vigor comes back to him. His slouch pose straightens a bit, and he pushes himself up. Yes, this is the omen. An omen to try again. And it is at this point that you can see Icarus finally unable to contain himself. He goes, "Look, I'm sorry, but you look really familiar. I must ask you, who are you? Why do you carry the elements of the old world with you? Why do I?" And as he continues to speak, you can see Enro just holds up one hand and he waves, and there's a and then everything just went silent. And for a second, you thought he cast perhaps like a silence deafen spell. But then you look at Icarus and you can see him, one hand raised, his mouth half open in speaking, and then you realize that Enril has just stopped time. Leaving just you and him frozen in this world. And now he finally straightens up and he looks at you and he begins to walk towards you. The Herald is not who he seems, just like I am not who I seem. A fiction laid upon a new world. You want to break yourself out of this contract. I can provide you with the means, but I will warn you, if I were to do so, the repercussions to the world in just knowing the Herald's true name, this name that should not exist, it will be dire. Will you shoulder this consequence? And he looks at you as if he wants a specific answer out of you, as if what you will say next will dictate his next action, whatever it may be.
Wait, stop. What are you talking about? Are you saying that the Herald is more than what I know him to be? Are you saying that, and I'm just gonna gesture to him randomly, are you saying that he's divine like you? I mean, it's pretty clear that you're both, or you're like some celestial, duh, obviously.
In a manner of speaking, the Herald is a devil god, so he is divine, but the persona of the Herald is merely a front that he presented, another fiction to keep things as it is. I can tell you his name, and you can see there's almost a impatience, like a want for you to just say yes and accept this, as if this is what he's been waiting for. So what will it be?
But what did he do? Or what did you do? What are the repercussions that you are talking about? I'm a man of science and of medicine. We do not randomly prescribe medication for symptoms which we do not know the cause of.
Make a persuasion check.
So scared. Dirty 20.
He will look you over, and then he will go, "We did something eons ago to put an end to something that would have broken the world. What you see before you now is what was formed in the aftermath. I cannot tell you the true extent of what we did, for that is not my secret to reveal. The repercussions is too strong, but I can tell you his name, and that will be enough. to put things in motion. And as the domino pieces fall, more will be revealed.
That is not an answer.
You did not roll high enough.
Dang. And you're saying that if you speak his name now, everything that you've done in the past will be unmade, which means, are you implying that this world will also be unmade?
It will simply be put right. I tried to put right the world once, and I failed. But I will not fail again. I've learned from my mistake. There will not be another sundering. I will succeed this time.
And you just need to speak his name to undo the sundering? Are you undoing or are you remaking?
From what he said, him trying to remake the world once and failing is what caused the sundering, which goes against everything you know.
Okay. Devan's tiny little mind cannot understand. Because the world has always been the way that it is.
And he goes, so I asked you again, will you be the stone that signals and herald the change?
I just want to get back to my kid. I want to watch her grow up. I want to hold her hand while we run through the fields in springtime. I want to watch her fall in love for the first time. So yeah, say his name, break my contract.
And with that, he smiles. And it is a smile of relief. Of finally, after so long, he has heard back from the world that what he has done is not in vain. And then he's going to lean close to you, next to your ear. And then he is going to whisper something. Just one word, 3 syllables. And as he does, you can feel the air chills around you. A pressure builds, almost like the air is vibrating, as if something is straining the fabric of the world. And you hear the name. It's imprinted into your head, and yet you can't really conceptualize what this name is, as if reality itself is trying to prevent this name from falling into your head. But imprinting itself into your head, it does. Even if the words, when you hear it, you try to repeat it to yourself to remind yourself what this name is, you couldn't quite articulate the words out, as if it is too foreign, as if it shouldn't exist. And then he leans back and he'll go, it's begun. What we've put in motion can no longer be stopped. And he looks at you. He will come find you now, and he will offer you a deal. Should you take this deal, you will be free. Just allow fate to play out, and you will see your daughter again. And then he stands up straight. We have nothing more to say to each other. I wish you a long life, and a good life that you might spend with your daughter. And then he holds out a hand, and then when he clenches it, there is a flash of light, as for a brief second you see a staff appears in his hand, and when the light erupts, it engulfs you. You have to squint your eyes closed, and then when you open your eyes, you find yourself kneeling in the middle of the grass, in the middle of a forest, as Icarus starts moving again. Tell me what? And then he looks around. What? He was here! What happened? And then he looks at you.
I'm free. Almost? I'm almost free?
What did he say to you? How did he do? He was here. I felt it. He was physical. This wasn't an illusion. He could not have just magicked everything away. That's not how it works. And you can see that he's sort of like in a breakdown, overseeing magic that could not have been possible, shown before his eyes in a way that he cannot deny.
I'm just going to slowly walk back the way that we came and just kind of ignoring Icarus's breakdown. Yeah, he can break down. That's fine. I don't care.
He's gonna follow you and he's gonna be bombarding you with questions. So did
And
you?
I'm not gonna answer any of them.
And you can see as like he's like talking halfway through, he goes, "So what did he say to you? Can't I was the one who brought you." Like you hear his voice just cut off, and you can hear like a brief stumble behind you.
I turn around.
You turn her over so you can see he has fallen onto his knees and one hand is pressed against his chest and he's like and you can see this purple light begin to erupt from his chest as black veins begins to creep along his neck. No, it's come to me quickly. We must go back. And he holds out a hand towards you.
I take it. I take his hand.
You take his hand and then instantly you feel the familiar tugging sensation as you are teleported, boom, yanked, and then boom, you are plopped back into Istal's laboratory and you collapse onto your knees trying to suppress your gag reflexes. And as you do, you sort of like look up from where you are and you can see Icarus stumbles quickly towards that large mahogany desk where you had seen many different magical items with dust and ashes over it, and he just clamps over towards it, the light glowing faster and faster on his chest, and then he starts digging through all of the objects. You can see him grab onto like this sphere of some kind. It pulses and then it just turns to ashes in his hand, and then he just tosses it aside and then he starts looking around some more until eventually his hand settles onto a wand. And you recognize this wand. You saw it when you were in the Acropolis, in that hallway of portraits that depicts Icarus himself and his 7 apprentices. You recognize that wand to be in one of those pictures held by this well-dappered, smiling man. And you can see him clutching onto it, looking at it. I'm sorry, Randa, forgive me. And then it lights up and you can see streams of energy begins to sieve from the wand into him. And then it begins to crumble into ashes and you can hear Icarus as he lets out a sigh of relief as the light fades away from it and the black veins retracts. And then he takes a deep breath and straightens himself. And then he looks down at the ashes in his hands trembling a bit as he rubs at the ash. The parasite grows stronger in the 10 days since I was freed, much more ravenous than I could ever have imagined. Nothing in your world can sustain but the ones from mine, the last remaining artifact of my time. And my friend, oh gods. And then his hand rubs against the ash. I would like to be left alone for now, please, Devan. We'll speak another time.
I leave. Well, rather, I give him a pat on his shoulder, and then I leave.
And as you leave, the words of what has happened is piling through your head. You did not even have much time to process what has happened before you see a servant of the Palace of Glass walk up to you. Ah, Master Devan, you have returned. There is someone waiting for you in your chambers. He's expecting you.
I thank the messenger. And I will ready myself to go and meet with my Herald. Off I go.
And you head towards the visitor side of the Palace of Glass. And you reach towards the door. And then you open it. And inside your room, this very nice, ornate looking room with the polished crystal floors and the bed, the chesters, the wardrobes, a very beautiful room. And you can see, sitting at the foot of your bed is Brother Gengrich, a human man, gray eyes, his severe features and his pale skin, wearing the robe that he's always worn, this dark red robe with the hood put back, and he's just sitting over there. And he goes, I hear you're looking for me.
Indeed.
And then he stands up and he goes, I don't have a lot of time before our mutual employer arrives, so I will be quick. He will ask you to retrieve something for him, in exchange for voiding his contract with you. It will be a fantastic trade. You will accept it and do as told, but you will inform our employer that you failed. I leave the excuse to you, and you will give the artifact to me instead. Do this, and you will be one step closer to ending the Herald's hold over not just you, but your family as well. The choice is yours. Choose correctly.
What? Why do you need this artifact?
And then you see his tilt his head. He is here. And then you can see his body convulses a bit. And then he begins to change and lengthen and twist into this 8 feet tall, rust red skinned humanoid creature with elongated proportions. Horns from his forehead that points forward and up. Black sunken pits for eyes. This jagged slash for a mouth that stretched from pointed ear to pointed ear. Fingers in sharp points and a tail with an arrow tip, and dressed in this very sleek cut formal wear that's all in black. And as soon as the Herald of the Hells emerges, he instantly lunges towards you, and one of his hands grab onto you and shove you against the door that you just come in from, and lifts you 3 feet up into the air. And he goes, "How dare you? What have you done?"
Oh, not so fun now, is it? When you can no longer play with someone else's life.
Oh, you think you've won? You have no idea what you have unleashed in visiting him. The gall for him to reveal this secret. Does he not know what he's done? He's repeating the mistake of the past. You can see him rein himself, and then he drops you, and you land back just barely on your feet. And then he adjusts himself. And he looks now. "So you know my name? Great. That gives you power over me, perhaps. But you forget something. Just because I drafted this contract for you doesn't mean that I have to abide by it. I can break the contract just as easily and accept the consequences of it if it means I can exact the wrath that I felt upon you against your very soul and your family. How is your family? Kept in touch lately?"
I'm gonna reach over and just grab. Can I grab him by the collar, neck thingy? You know, very cool, dramatic moment.
He will allow this to happen, but of course, when you pull, you obviously can't displace him. But he allows it to happen.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna grab onto his collar and I say, "You cheated me with that contract. Don't act like you're innocent of anything. Don't act like you care about what's good or well with this world. I don't know what games you guys played long before the Sundering. I don't know. I don't care. But you've cheated me long enough. And you've taken me from what I care most about. So now if you get a taste of your own medicine and you don't like it, what does that say about how you've been running your business?"
I can see, even in his black pit for eyes, you can see there is rage behind it. But he is restraining himself. Then he's going to reach with just one finger and press it against your wrist and just push you away. And then he's going to straighten himself up in front of you. "Fine. You want out of your contract? I will allow it. But I need you to do something for me. Do this, and I will render our contract void. You can return to your daughter, and her soul will no longer be a bartering chip."
What do you want?
In the foolish action that you have done, I find myself needing to recollect something, an item that I require, an artifact from a bygone era, a crown. Where it sits now is no longer safe because of your actions. You will go to its current owner and trade for it. Then you will bring the crown to me, and in exchange, our contract is void. Your soul will be yours once more. You can be with your family again. You will never see me again.
God, I hope so. I can live the rest of my life without ever seeing your face again.
So do you accept?
Where is it?
It is currently in the possession of the Lurker, and you will need to journey into his lair deep within Shah Abyssia to treat with him. He is the god of knowledge. Bring him items or artifacts he's never seen before, or offer him memories and he will be appeased. Offer your payment, then ask for the lost crown. Fail to pay and he will claim your mind as recompense. Show deference. Do not disrespect him. Do not look at him lest you wish to be driven mad. And above all, do not lie to him. A ship has been arranged to bring you out to the fathomless deep where lies the safest path in the mortal realm to his lair, the Void Sea. Be at Port Stroom within 3 days. So what will it be? Do you accept?
I accept. I say with much hatred.
Good. And with that, he leans back and he goes, I hope that what you did was worth it. The repercussions you cannot even begin to imagine. And then he turns back and collapses back into the form of Gangrich, who then straightens himself. And then he looks at you with a stoic glance that you cannot decipher.
How does being possessed feel? I asked Gangrich.
He just shrugs. It's like putting on clothes, but in reverse. Like something puts you on instead.
That's strange.
I'm used to it.
Why are you still serving him?
It is the position required of me, and so I will serve that position until I no longer require it. Do you still remember what I said to you before?
Yes. Where do I find you in the next time?
I will find you.
Oh, cryptic as usual.
Good day. And then he is going to walk away.
Oh, I thought he was gonna disappear into thin air, but okay.
And so now that you are left inside this room, how does Devan process everything that has happened in such a short period of time?
He's gonna sit down. And what time is it now?
It's barely past noon. It's like 1 o'clock.
Okay. Right. So everything that happened probably happened in like 30 minutes, 1 hour.
Yeah, around there.
Okay, great. And he's gonna nap.
All right.
I'm just gonna nap.
All right. And so, as you are left to ponder your next, so are you actually gonna do what he says? As in, like, visiting the Lurker?
I'm thinking about it.
All right. And then it's up to you to decide whether you want to go alone or bring your companions with you. I'll leave you to mull over all of that just happened that should have been spread over 2 sessions, but I dumped it on you in 1 session back to back as we move on to someone else. John, you finally wake up in the morning, gasping, and then just flinching against the light that is streaming from above you, and you groan as you get up, and you can feel all over your mouth this stickiness that is tacky all over you. You look down, you can see that the entire front of your body, your hands, are all covered in blood. And as you come to, you look around. Wait. Everywhere around you looks way too clean for what just happened. And you realize that at some point, perhaps when you passed out, you moved somewhere else. You are still in the middle of the forest, but this place is not where you slaughtered the pack of wolves and indulged in your sanguine feast. You do not know where you are right now. And so as you come to on this new day in this new part of the forest, what is going through John's head?
John's just going to go have like a little, taste of what his mouth tasted after it. Does John taste something other than, we all know that, the taste of the blood has a very metallic feeling to it, but is there any other taste to it other than metallic?
As you sort of like start licking your mouth and tasting your saliva, again, you get that very rust blood like taste all around your mouth, like ugh, a bit. Or actually, no, you won't ugh a bit. You enjoy the taste. You're like, ah, yeah. It makes you want to lick your hands as well from all the blood that's on it. But
Very vintage.
but all you feel is wolf's blood and deer blood. It seems that at some point when you blacked out, you attacked some deer and killed them as well, but you don't taste anything humanoid.
Doesn't feel something human, but other than animals' poetries, very okay after this.
And so as you sort of like straighten up and gather your bearings and look around, what do you do?
It is in the middle of the morning, right?
Yeah, now it's
You know,
morning.
Yeah, like the sun just like screeching hot onto my forehead. Huh. Well, figure out from my dreams. I fear something speed over here. Wait, just a moment. And after that, John just processing onto what was his memory. He has the vision of a bright city with a lot of vibrant culture. And after that, he was like, that one feels like Zetrum. Where can I find Zetrum from here? And just like potting onto the saliva onto his finger and just like looking into the wind, see where Zetrum have a feeling of where Zetrum is.
Roll me survival check as you try to gather your bearings.
Let's try to see. Ooh,
not bad.
very good. Very good.
Yeah. With that, easy enough, you are able to begin to navigate your way back to Zetrum, just following the cardinal direction that you can naturally pick up from some age-old instinct that you possess. And as you begin to walk, you suddenly feel a sensation that's tugging at you that's like, no. Yes, this is the direction to Zetrum, but I was going somewhere else. And then you sort of look towards your right, out into the forest, and you feel something pull at you in that direction. And instinctively, you know that this was where you had been heading in your blackout state before you fall asleep here. Do you abide by this instinct, or do you continue back to Zetrum?
You might going to have something. Let's try to see what's this going on the right side.
You turn, and as you walk, it is as if it is the most natural thing in the world, as if some unseen force is guiding you down this path as you walk, even though you have never gone this deep into the Emdurn Forest before in both John's life and this phantom imprint of your old life. Even if you don't remember anything, you know that you've never been here before, and yet something pulls you nonetheless, going deeper and deeper until eventually, through the thick trees and the shrubs, you see something emerge in front of you, overtaken by the wilds, the weeds and the grass and the vines that grows. You see a small, tiny structure that then you realize is a shrine, just a simple square on the floor with pillars on the side and a roof. And in the middle, there is a statue of what looks like a man wearing like some sort of armor with his hands clasped in front of him, his face completely defiled and broken, as if desecrated by some unholy means. And you can see stretching from its back these pair of wings that are broken, and pieces of it is on the floor. In its hand, there is a stone rectangular slab, and on that slab, you see is the only thing in this shrine that has not been touched by time or nature. And from your distance, you can tell that it is a sword.
Oh, today's my lucky day. A sword coming into my lap after I have such a bountiful harvest of blood. Let me try to see what is going on.
You head closer towards the shrine. And as you get closer, you feel another surge of familiarity over you. Then you again feel that pull, and you realize that it is the sword. And as you get close, you realize that it is not a typical long sword. You see that this is a single-edged blade, curved slightly. Basically, a fantasy version of a katana sitting over there.
Ooh.
And see that the blade itself is polished silver, but where the light catches onto the blade, there is this pale green light. And you can see the hilt and the pommel is made of some black material, and there are images of like wings and skulls or like feathers that is carved all around it to wrap all over the hilt. And you can see on the blade, as you get close, standing in front of this desecrated statue, curled up in leaves and vines with its face destroyed, its wings broken. You can see along the blade there is an inscription along the side of it, written in Celestial. Can you read Celestial?
No, John is too dumb for this.
Alright.
I blame John, not myself.
Alright, yeah, you cannot recognize the inscriptions on the blade, and yet somehow it feels right that this inscription is there. What do you do?
Let me try to read this. I don't understand what it is. Oh, it's a good blade. It's a very good blade. Let me just take it.
You reach towards it, and then you grab onto the hilt of the blade, and as your fingers wrap around it, you can feel a surge go up your arm and through your body, and you can feel almost something try to awaken inside you at the feel of this blade in your hand as you lift it from the stone pedestal, and thoughts go through your head. What is this doing here? Why in the desecration of this shrine to whatever deity this is, so disfigured and desecrated that you cannot recognize what it is a tribute for? Why would the desecrators do this to the shrine and leave this blade here? Or did someone leave this blade here after the fact? You don't know. But what you do know is that as you picked up the blade in your hand, it feels like it was always meant to be there. But yet, you feel that there is a block, as if there is something that doesn't quite fit. As if this blade, so comfortable in your hand, there is an aspect to it that is just unable to imprint onto you. As if it senses you and it knows you, but not really, and so it withholds itself. And so, for the time being, you can add a +3 longsword to your inventory, and you can rename it to a katana for now.
Okay, can do, no problem.
For this blade feels magical, but it is withholding that magic from you for what reason you don't know.
Feels weird. It feels strong. It feels sturdy. But I'm not quite sure what it is. It's okay. Let me just keep it for a moment.
And so, as you turn to begin to walk away from the shrine, you can't help but have your gaze be pulled back once more, and this time your eyes fixed onto this desecrated statue's armor. Something about it so familiar. Maybe nothing. You continue walking your way back to Zetrum. And as you arrive back to Zetrum from your roundabout way, having to swim across the river from where you are coming in from to get to the other side, you are ushered through easily enough through the front gate, and you are now back in the capital city of the Solvira Empire. Is there anything you would like to pursue while you're here?
Well, speaking about Setram, there is from the memory of this John. He might have some sort like a, what is it, secret society whatsoever. Probably going to give them a visit, huh?
Oh, easy enough. You don't even have to roll for it. That memory is very big in John's head. After all, he created this group, so he would know where their hidden headquarters is, and you are able to make your way towards the very same hidden room that you, or rather John, had met up with one member of the Inquisition, Master Warden Hermano. And oh god, I'm gonna have to do the accent again, don't I? As you meet up, as you enter, you see this very dark, deliberately dark room that has turned into like a makeshift chapel for the Blood Duchess. You can see Master Warden Hermano clad in his black robes, and when he see you enter, he pulls his hood back. He goes, "Oh, bonjour, Jean, you're back. It's been a while. How goes you? I heard rumors that you were dead, but yet you are here before me."
John? What the fuck is this John?
Oh, what are you talking about? You are Jean. You're Jean Deadbeggar, the founder of this Inquisition, the champion of our Blood Duchess.
Well, what is your name, kind sir?
You would ask the name of your Master Warden. I am Hermano. I oversee the re-education of heretics, on which you assigned to me. Where manages the sanctuary of penance. I do baguette.
Baguette.
Okay, I'll tone it down. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I love it. Okay. Look, he's just going to laugh a lot. Well, Master Warden, now, as far as you see right now, John is dead. He's dead, like dead. He met with his mistress, your mistress, whatsoever. From what I standpoint over here is that the John that you are seeing previously is dead. I am now going to inhabit his body, and there is nothing that you should go for it. What I'm going to do is that I'm going to go in and swap away and destroy everything that John stands for.
So, a false soul has inhabited the body of our founder, and now you have turned enemy. I will not allow this to stand. No.
False soul it is, my dear. And this, what you call this, a heretic. You are yourself a heretic. The mistress of death is a heretic. Everyone and everything is heretic. And there is nothing that you shall do, because all of the Dominicans see me and stop their John. Nothing else that could stand in my way and destroy the mistress of death herself.
Not while I stand, no. And he draws a sword out from somewhere, and you can see dark shadows lurk along the edges as other members of the Dominicans show up, drawing their own swords and dagger as well. Not if we strike you, false prophet, down now, we.
Let's dance, shall we?
And then they charge forward to attack you, and these people, they stand no chance against you. Just roll me an attack roll, and then we see how you massacre them. Or how successful you are. If you roll on that one, then there's not much I can do, but...
Oh, yeah. And by this time, for dramatic purpose, Johan just going to pull on to his fang, just pulling the red vein blade, and just going to say, "Let us dance, shall we?" And just like, whack.
And as you draw out the red vein blade and you charge forward with a 30, you can hear the familiar voice of this woman that has been speaking in your head all this time goes, "Yes, embrace the blood, embrace the artistry of murder, Oh, you will do so much better than John. And then you dig right in as they don't even stand a chance. Blood spills everywhere. Body parts flies as you carve them through with both blade and fang. Blood and flesh splatter across the statue of the Blood Duchess that sits in the middle of the chapel as screams echoes out as you tear these Dominicans apart. But even as you kill them and they know that they are outmatched, their faith and fervor towards the Blood Duchess refuse to let them break or stand down, and so they fight to the very end until you have clutched in front of you with the red vein blade stabbed right through the heart of Hermano, who is falling upon you. He's staring at you, blood pouring from his neck and from his mouth. He goes, even in your betrayal, you carry the form of the Blood Duchess. Her fingerprints upon your soul lies there, whether you like it or not. And then he goes silent and he goes limp in your body.
Well, you died. Well, bad idea for myself. Well. Well, it's okay though. That's going to bring on a lot of message to all of the so-called heretics.
And with that, you drop the body of Hermano onto the ground, and you stand in this chapel, blood-streaked and corpse-filled, and you look upon the blood-stained statue of the Blood Duchess in front of you, looking down upon you. What do you do?
Oh, Blood Duchess. You shall see the destruction of your own. You ascend to godhood. But the godhood that you are sent on are all built on a false idea, false premise. And I shall be your end, and there is nothing else that you can do to it. Bad idea, that is bad idea.
And as John chuckles in this dark, silent chapel, this cult that he has built in a previous life, now destroyed, we will now move to someone else. And can I just say, Popo, you know what? I respect the sheer chutzpah of just destroying a cult that you yourself created. You know, I can respect that.
What? They're built on falsehood. Come on. There's no such thing as the cult going in the generation, in the lifetime. No, it's a false one.
Yep. It's very me massacring the Council of Five in a session 0.
Very.
But yes, now we will move on. Eli'viel, you kneel in the floor of Sparrow's Tail, delirious, your gaze flickering, your shoulder still bleeding as you clutch over it, just taking a deep breath, processing that finally the Darkseed is out of you. But Desdan, chosen of the Gaping Maw, when did this happen? Why would he side himself with the Gaping Maw? Orthax, who has ever hated his brother Orcus. Why would a devout, a faithful of Orcus now be chosen to the brother? What do you do in your moment as you're kneeling there?
I think Ellie, out of frustration, will try to scramble herself back up onto her feet, like try to chase after him, even though that is futile. But at this point, she is just mad and frustrated.
Yeah, you burst your way out from Sparrow's Tail, and you look at, I'm guessing after you put on your pauldron as well.
Yeah, and pick up the sword that I leave nearby, but I'm still breathing profusely.
Yeah, you smash out of it back into the outside of the Sparrow's Tail, and you look left and right, and you see there's a couple of like worn down shacks around you, a couple of people walking around that just gives you a weird look because you are very well dressed for the kind of crowd that tends to be here. But you look around and yeah, you don't see Desdan anymore. He's gone.
I'll try to summon my griffin and try to see aerial point of view and see if I can track him down from above.
You summon your griffin, and as you are about to climb on, you hear a voice go, Madam Thelmir, and you can see approaching you is Protector Larius and Gallant Jasper. And goes, we heard a voice and we came to investigate. What happened to you? And Larius looks at your shoulder, or rather the blood on your armor.
The situation has turned for the worst. And as you can see...
Did he escape?
Yes.
He can't have gotten far. I'm guessing you're planning to scout from the air.
Yes, and then before I took to the air, I will say, be cautious. He is now a chosen of the Gaping Maw.
What? No. And then he just brushes it aside. Come on, Jasper, let's go. And then the two of them head off, and then they begin to scout, and you get on to the griffin, and you go on an aerial view to look. And I'll just say, for the purposes of this, you don't need to roll anything. You do not find anything as you scout from the sky. He is just gone. Maybe he disappeared into a building. Maybe he teleported away. If indeed he is able to teleport, you don't know. You remember the stones from what Adair has told you about those teleporting stones, and that Desdan was part of it. Maybe he still has one of those and he teleported away. But he is no longer here in Harkon.
Expected. But disappointed.
Yeah. And so I'll say you spent a better part of an hour scouting from the air, and you are unable to see anything. And so you come back down and you regroup with Larius and Jasper, and he goes, so what do we do now? Destin is in the wind.
Yeah. Well, obviously need to report back to the theocracy about what has transpired. And I will get to the bottom of this. This is far too much of a coincidence that all this family members, we have already defeated 3 of the Profane 4, the demigod children of Orcus, and now that the brother has come into play, and what Destin has spoke, what the information Ellie has gathered, will replay in her mind. This is too much of a coincidence. Something is definitely going on.
Yes, seems like it. And then Larius will go, Jasper and I will return to the Golden City. The Solar Shield and the Grand Cleric must be warned about what has occurred here.
Oh, the Grand Cleric is...
Remember, he has been here for months, so he does not know what has happened in the Golden City so far.
Then I will relate to him what Empress Lauren has told me, which is, something afoot in the city.
The White Cathedral going silent, that's impossible. I will head back to the capital and I will liaison with my people there. I'm guessing I will find you at the capital soon as well.
Yes, I must report to Empress Lauren what has happened and regroup with my people. And do be careful when you reach to the Golden City, now that things has gone awry.
We shall. Dawnmother's light upon you.
Before he left, Ellie, throughout what has happened, she would then would like to apologize to Larius about the remark that she made about not doing his job properly. Cause now she did it. He has stumbled too, so she's gonna swallow her pride and apologize.
And he just gives not. Think no more of it. We both have enough failures to share between the two of us in this mission.
Then she will not. Hopefully, this will be the last time we fail in our mission. And then Ellie will mount on her griffin and say, Dawnmother's light be upon you.
And then he nods. Alright, and the two of them head off and you begin to fly your way back to Zetrum. Is there anything you would like to do in Zetrum as you arrive? This will take you, on your griffin, instead of taking you, an entire day, it'll probably take you, half a day. So you arrive at sundown.
I guess even though Destin has said that there's no side effect, what have you, I leave the back of my mind saying this is too easy. There have to be some caveat or some lingering effects, but she has no way of figuring it out other than asking for Empress Lauren for help to confirm.
Alright, easy enough. As it is sundown, court is winding down, and so Laurelyn has been getting ready to go back. Actually, you find her in her chambers, this massive ass room. You ask servants where she is, and then you knock on her door, and then eventually, who is it?
It is me, Eli'viel Felmir. before that, I will make myself a bit presentable, as in I'll cast Lay on Hands to heal back my wound and use a cleansing stone to clean myself up.
All right. And as it opened the door, and this is probably the very rare few times that you saw Empress Laurelin with her hair down, like she's getting ready for bed. Usually she wears her hair into this weaved up braid, and at the risk of sort of like, you know, throwing a very weird comparison, she wears her hair like Elsa from Frozen after she transforms. That is how she usually wears her hair. But now the hair is down and falls in a cascade over her shoulder, and she's wearing this silver sleeping gown. There's just like a, you know, like a shift that goes down to her knees. And she's just standing there and goes, Felmir, Eli'viel, what brings you here so late?
We have a. She will look around, making sure that it's private, and close the door behind. And then she will tell what has happened back at Harken.
You're saying everything, not holding anything back?
Oh no, I'm not holding anything back.
Alright, so you are in the Empress's chamber, and this room is decked to the nines. Like there's a chandelier in this room, like made out of like crystals, that just lies above you, that catches what little light is all around, that cause it to glimmer in this like very twilight lighting within this room. That is the perpetual state of the Palace of Glass. It has no torches or sconces here because the Palace of Glass is made of these crystals that absorb sunlight and moonlight and then cause it to glow when there is darkness. So the Palace of Glass is never dark. And you know that no one listens into this room because there are spells weaved into it that bar just that. And so after you tell her everything, like she is sitting at the chair in front of her large vanity, and she goes, that is disturbing. He extracted the seed from your shoulder, and you live.
Mm-hmm.
This dagger that he used, tell me about it.
I mean, it's a sick-looking design obsidian dagger. I remember asking, look at. Oh, I have a close-up of it, basically.
A obsidian dagger, and you said that Desdan is now the chosen of the Gaping Maw.
Correct.
I think I know what that dagger is. It is Heartcarver. It is an artifact of great evil that was created by the Gaping Maw before the Sundering, and it has the capability to carve a living creature's heart from their body, leaving behind an empty void for shadows to fill. It corrupts those it targets. It doesn't just kill them unless the wielder wishes it so. And those who survive the heart removal will find themselves slowly twisting towards evil. I'm guessing that the Darkseed is in some way the heart of the Carrion King growing and gestating. And so Heartcarver was able to remove it. Now, whether if there is any lingering side effects from that, I do not know. I can check, but the Gaping Maw may be a lesser demon god, but he is known for his trickery. He is one of the few gods who have been destroyed many times but always return, and usually return in years or even days instead of the centuries that afflicts other gods that had their essence destroyed. And then she holds out one hand and can see a bit of fire. This silver flames begin to erupt in her hand. Will you permit me to check?
Of course. I trust you.
And then you see her eyes. Her silver eyes begins to glow, and same with her silver hair as well. And then she puts her hand against your shoulder, and then you can see the fire begins to burns you, but it doesn't hurt. It almost feels like a warm embrace. And then she retracts. I do not sense any lingering fell imprints upon you. You are clean.
For now.
What worries me more now is what Desdan intends to do with the seed. You say that he wishes to wage a war against the Blood Duchess, but the Blood Duchess claimed the portfolio of a demon god, and not just a demon god, but one that belongs to the three above all. A lesser god like the Gaping Maw and a demigod like the Carrion King do not have the power, even combined, to face off against the Blood Duchess.
But what if the Profane Four, all four of the demigods shouldn't work together to overthrow the Blood Duchess?
Maybe, but I do not believe that they can do such a thing. Orcus was the one who created the Profane Four. Their powers combined is a fraction of what makes the Undead King who he is. But stranger things have happened. We cannot know what their plot is without knowing more. But regardless, you said that Desdan said that he has no wish to draw the eyes of the Dawnmother, and from us, I doubt we'll see him again.
For now. But I have notified the other paladins of the situation, and they will update me if anything happens. But knowing now that Desdan has become the new chosen, it will be very, very difficult to locate him now.
Yes. In the meantime, how goes your progress with the Golden City? Are you planning to head there soon?
Unless there's nothing going on here in the city, then yeah, I will start making my way to the Golden City.
We have had some update, and here she will tell you about what she and Aitri learned from the Speak with Dead. The chosen of the Dread Tyrant is responsible, and that chosen is currently in the Solvira Empire.
At this point, Ellie was like having a migraine. It's like, this is getting more and more not a coincidence now that all the kids, this whole sick ass family reunion coming out of the woodworks.
Yes, though this is just my personal feeling, but I doubt that Desdan and the Gaping Maw is aligned with the Profane Four as to their current plot here. I don't know, it seems too random, them attempting to claim the seed of the Carrion King. And Desdan was not part of their plot to bring the Carrion King back in escort that you foiled. I feel like there is division even among the ranks of the Profane Four, but I cannot say for certain.
We're just lacking information for now. But if that's what you say, then I will take it to heart for now.
In the meantime, get some rest. You look like you need it.
Oh yeah, just Ellie will nod and say that you as well. Thank you for all your help. And she will bow.
She inclines her head, and you leave and head to the chambers that was offered to you in the Palace of Glass for you to stay in.
Before that, is there like, I'm assume there is a altar to talk to the Dawnmother in the city?
Oh yeah, there's definitely in the Palace of Glass. In fact, there is a sort of like a section. The English word for it evades me, but it's like a surau. But it's like an area. It has like these different doors that inside is like a surau for them to communicate with specific god.
A clove.
Yes, those. So you can head to the one that is meant for the Dawnmother, and inside, though of course you know that she rarely responds, except with prophecies or visions if she so say, but it's not like the other gods where if you pray to them in this manner, they actually come to visit you personally. But nonetheless, you head into this small chamber, more long than anything, and in front of you there is a bronze bowl, and then there are various paraphernalia there that is meant for the using of invoking a god. And would you like to describe Eli'viel's ritual in order to try to contact the Dawnmother?
Eli'viel has been a good paladin, a very devout follower since young. All her teachings that her parents have taught her has ingrained into her body and mind. So she will perform the ceremony of a prayer with no hiccups whatsoever and with full determination.
I was more thinking the ritual itself, but it is good to know her mindset.
I mean, I don't know.
It's up to you. It can be something as simple as lighting a candle. This is a way for you to build on Eli'viel and what is her relationship in conjunction to the Dawnmother in terms of ritualistically contacting her.
I guess if anything. Okay, what else is on the altar other than the bowl?
There's the bowl. There's like incense. There's candles. There's like cubes of holy water. There are like any of the paraphernalia here are meant. There's even chalk as well for you to draw. There's even like bottles of wine because sometimes people give wine as offering. There's like some bread that is like swapped out.
I mean, I guess I'm gonna. Eli'viel will lit up the candle and with the holy water will bathe on her face, her forehead, and her hands. Which is like basically, I don't know what's the English version of Ambil Wudu basically, but yeah, something similar to that.
It's canon that worship of Sol Leona is Islam now.
I mean, you asked, I try.
Yeah.
And then she will like cups her hand and starts praying.
All right. And so you begin to pray, and you feel the familiar warmth that always envelops you whenever you attempt to commune with Sol Leona, the Dawnmother. And you do not know if she is actually here with you right now or if she's actually listening, but at the very least you feel a presence, mild though it may be. What do you say?
Dawnmother, I am lost, and I feel that I have started on this journey on the path of righteousness and to do the right thing, but lately I have been more selfish in a way to conserve myself. Basically, when Ellie has gotten the seed in her shoulder, she has been very cautious of trying to keep it under wraps and also trying to not burst it out, becoming something more dangerous as what she has so far as we are known. And she has been taking less risk at the cost of other people's life, which is not a very paladin way to do. But at the same time, she keeps telling herself that it's so to keep the seed in check, as it's basically the lesser evil of a group. Have you taken you? No, basically, yeah, she is. Yeah, she is. You're correct. Yeah, she's currently repenting. And Brahman is this comments. Okay, wait. I'm trying to focus. Where was I? And she has been in itself feel guilty. This is the lesser evil way, because if the seed were to evolve, the consequences would be quite great. But she still feel like it's the wrong way to do it, and for that she is confused to what to do. What's the best way to do it now that everything has gone to shit? And then she is remembering back the vision that she got, with the angel wings, the dead corpses, the vision, and the time when she got possessed by Sol Leona back at the Crisri Sanctum, the Fall of the Undead. She's now wondering, like, what is my purpose now? I know that I will still continue doing the right thing, but how will I know that what I'm doing is the best way to do it? And now that the Golden City, where all those devout worshippers of Sol Leona is in danger, she knows deep down that although she keeps saying that she's doing what's best for the theocracy, the Golden City, deep down she's saying that to hide the fact that she's going to most probably go hells and water, try to find out what happened to her parents, to the point that she might have to break her oath. And she prayed very hard that it does not come to that, because her parents and her family means her whole world to her. Like, if it would not be her for her parents, she would not be who she is today. And now that Golden City is silent, and her parents has not been seen or heard of for quite some time, her faith is a bit wavering now, because the Golden City is supposed to be the right way. Like, you cannot question the belief that has been taught down to her. But now this has all happened. So now she's asking Sol Leona, what should I do? Like, give me a sign, or like, what should I do next?
I would like you to roll me a D100.
I love reading all these comments that's happening, man.
Whoa!
Yeah.
It would be funny if I said, you gotta roll a 1.
What?
Okay.
Yo!
As you sit there praying, you feel that warm embrace around you that always encompasses you whenever you commune with the Dawnmother. And for a second, you thought that that would just be it. Usually, just being able to talk like this, to confess like this, one-sided though it be, it is enough for you to be motivated and inspired once more. But this time, after you have laid your soul bare in that moment, you had been getting ready to get up until you suddenly feel a surge of something inside you. And it reminds you of that time in Crisi Sanctum when you channeled the Dawnmother herself and you realize that she is here for the first time. Not in the way that she was when she possessed you, but a part of her consciousness has noticed you and it has come before you now, and you feel this bright light within you that just pulses through your heart, and it fills you with a rejuvenation that says, yes, keep to the path. Your faith is strong. Not in words, but in emotions within you. And you feel a fortification of your soul. And for the purposes of this, you have gained the Death Ward spell that lasts until it is triggered. It doesn't dispel.
Oh, your butt. Yeah. I think once Eli'viel realized what's happening, there's a sense of relief to the point where she starts crying, and she will then look back to the clasping her hand and keep thanking to the Dawnmother for giving her that confidence boost, basically.
And with that, you embrace the reassurance of the Dawnmother. And even as you left and walk back to your chambers, you can feel a presence by your side that wasn't really there before. It seems that your prayer, strange though it may be, somehow pierced through the grief of Soul Leona that has endured for the past 270 years. And she has stirred ever so slightly from her mourning of the death of her consort. And it is through the strength of your prayer that this is so. And with that, we are going to cut to Aitri. So, in the aftermath of your speak with dead on Miramal Haronan's corpse and learning the revelation that was dropped on you by the plague bearer that has inhabited his body, you are left with more questions from the answers that you have received. And now you stand in the middle of your own personal chambers, processing the information that you have received. Istal and Empress Laurelin has gone off. You are alone here. What is going through your head, and what is your next move?
I'm just tabulating who are the chosen, who are all the others, because the latest one I have is actually the Iron Warden.
Yes, that was a name that just very recently come upon your lap. And of course, you know the name Iron Warden. That is the moniker of one of the members of the Closed Table, which is the organization that rules the Timentis, this criminal guild. But none of their true identity has ever been revealed.
I guess Condula would know.
Oh, so you're gonna go talk to Condula, is it?
No. I think I will go talk to the soul that I've caged.
Oh, yes, Meryl. So, you reach into your pocket and then you pull out the soul cage. You hear the familiar voice of Meryl, this sadistic, twisted voice goes, "So you finally see it fit to contact me after trapping me in here for so long. What do you want,
Do you know what the Profane Four is planning, or at least from your Maiden of Mother?
Oh, I was never really told what the full plan was. They don't trust me, think I'm too unstable. My job was, for the start, to incite chaos, to sow disorder, so that people will panic on the streets, that they believe that their ruler is not fit to protect them. Then I was assigned to go to this Acropolis and investigate what's inside, to see if there's any interesting thing to bring back. That's why I was persuading our dear court mage to unpetrify the statue at the tower. Anything else?
I think that is all for now.
I am ever at your service. As you put Meryl away. So, what do you do now? You did say, I remember last session, that you want to talk to King Xarxes.
Yes.
That is easy enough. So, there are two ways you can do this. You can either go down to Dresmere and talk to him, or, since you know his secret, that he is now a demigod, you can merely just invoke his name and see if he answers. And since it's you, he will usually answer.
I will invoke him.
All right. So, you speak his name, Xarxes, and you wait for a bit. And then you hear his familiar, deep baritone voice come to you. It is rare that you would invoke me, Aitri. What do you want? And then you look over your shoulder and you can see Xarxes II now stands in your room. This 7-foot-tall tiefling with deep, dark blue skin, dull, solid red eyes, white hair that is pulled back into a braid that goes down to the middle of his back, horns that curved up, this very strong jawline, and a stoic face that is frozen into a permanent glare. And he wears this plate armor that leaves his thick, muscular arms bare, leather strips like skirts that shows off his toned thighs, like hoplite armor. And he has strapped sandals, and across his back is a large great axe. And he stares at you with his familiar stoicism, never one for many words.
Xarxes, then I do a little bow. A lot of things has happened. We basically have one more chosen that we do not know where he is or she is. And I need your direction. I do not know where to start. There's so many things that's going on and it troubles me.
Yes. I had feared a plot to destabilize the Sovira Empire was at play. Chosen of the Maiden of Murder in the Acropolis. Chosen of the Plague Bearer in Tyrant, both within Sovira borders, both faithful of the Profane Four. It is no coincidence, and now you have confirmed my suspicion. This hand that guides the plot hidden in the shadows, its motive unknown. It is a chosen of the dread Tyrant. He is a god of war and tyranny. It would not be unreasonable to assume that this chosen's end goal would be the destabilization of the entire political structure of the Sovira Empire. If I were to put forth such a plot, I would not aim at the politicians above. I will aim at the common folk below. For a government that do not have the support of the people is merely a tyrant waiting to be dethroned, and perhaps something else to slide into its place. If you wish to find the true identity of this chosen, you must uncover the strings being pulled among the common folk of the Sovira Empire, for based on what you've learned, this chosen is already in the Empire.
Yes, I've gathered as much. It is such a heavy burden for us to bear, but it has to be done. I will try my best to find out who this is.
I have no doubt you will. The Sovira Empire is an ally, and I have seen what brews in Tyrondir and the new Iron Dominion. War that threatens to spill beyond their borders. The best chance to resist it with minimal damage and casualties is a united front. The Solvira Empire cannot show weakness at this most critical of juncture. Find this chosen of the dread tyrant and end them.
I will do my best, and I will end this conversation.
He gives you a single solitary nod, and then he fades away. So what is Aitri's next move?
Can I send my spy on General Koreshkan again?
Roll me an investigation check. Wait a minute, you're a spy master. How come your investigation is +1? I expected it to be higher.
You have inspiration.
Yeah,
I don't know why. You asked me. I don't know.
All right, roll me. Oh, okay. Okay.
Did I just reuse? Oh, I wasted my inspiration. My half is.
Sadly, it has been rolled. Oh man, but that's so tragic. But yes, based on what your spies have been able to gather in the time that you are away of Grand General Koreshkan's actions, he spends most of it in his chambers, and when he is out and about, he talks with a couple of the retinue that he came to Zetrum with, and either that or he is in conversation with Empress Laurelin, the quote-unquote alliance talk that he has been having with Laurelin and Condula, with, Laurelin serving as the mediator. Those are the only times that he has ever been seen. He has not left the Palace of Glass since he's been here, but with a 14, you learn that today is the first time that he left. And
I follow.
Yeah, it's up to you. I'll say with the 14, you learn that with your other spies are around Zetrum, you learn that today it seems that High Imperator Condula is holding a public demonstration in Zetrum's military district, apparently to show off her Steel Legion to the generals and the commanders there. And you gather that, it's easy enough for you to put 2 to 2 together that Koreshkan is probably heading to this demonstration.
Yeah, I will go there as well.
All right. So you head towards the demonstration, and as you arrive, so the Zetrum's military district is walled off from the others, and as soon as you pass through the gate, you can see that the buildings here become a lot more utilitarian and a bit more brutalist in its structure, very much built for function instead of form. And these are all the various barracks and the Zetrum maintains a standing army, so this district is meant to support that standing army. So there are markets and merchants and traders here. There's even a military pub over here, for lack of a better word. And you follow the stream of people, and you can see that there are people from the scholars district here as well, arcanists and mages from the academies seem to be drawn here. And you head towards near one section of the military district where there is a open space, almost like a courtyard, just cobbled and with trees lining along the sides. And you can see that there's a huge crowd that is gathered around. And you can see that Koreshkan is there with a couple of his retinue, his arm crossed, his face in a permanent scowl, and standing in the middle of this crowd, with a makeshift podium, this wooden podium that is probably built up just for this event, this wide stage. Standing on top of it is Condula Kratis, decked out in this very nice looking military uniform that is brown and red and silver. Her black hair pulled into a tight ponytail, showing off her strong jaw and her gleaming purple eyes as she looks over everyone. And you can see that over her right hand, she wears this steel, almost this filigree gauntlet that doesn't cover the whole hand, but almost it lines the joints, if you know what I mean. Those very Art Nouveau. Yeah, and then there's a glowing gem on the back of her palm. And you can see standing on the stage are 4 of those Steel Legion, the one that looks like panther, mechanical panthers, standing over there at attention. And you can see Condula is in the middle of a speech, and he goes, "No more will you have to risk your lives and the lives of the soldiers underneath you in times of war. With the Steel Legion, we will remove mortal bodies from the battlefield so that no lives are lost. And the Steel Legion, being automatons themselves, will feel no exhaustion, need no food, water, or rest. They are the perfect soldier and the perfect guards in time of peace. They cannot be broken, their wills indomitable, for they have none, and they cannot be bribed, and their loyalty lies upon those who possess their control gem. And then she holds up her gauntlet where the crystal glows at the back. If you wish to embrace the Steel Legion within your nation, petition your empress, petition the council, tell them no more must they risk the lives of their citizens when war come upon their doorstep. And then with that, she steps back and goes, now, would you like a demonstration of the prowess of my Steel Legion? Any volunteers? And he begins to look over the crowd, and then you can see he meets Kolreshken's eyes, and a smirk pulls up on her face for a bit. And then she looks around, and then she sees you over there, and her eyes are like humor entering it, as if she expects you to be here. Before she looks around, do you say anything or do you remain silent?
I remain silent.
Alright. And with that, you can see Kolreshken goes, I volunteer my retinue. And then Condula goes, Grand General Kolreshken, I have no doubt that your soldiers will put up a valiant fight. And then Kolreshken goes, what use is your Steel Legion if they have no will of their own? There is nothing that can beat the instincts of an actual mortal and the mind behind it. And then Condula goes, perhaps. But let us allow actions to speak for themselves, shall we? And then she steps off towards the side as the entire retinue of Grand General Kolreshken's soldiers head up. 12 of them, each of them clad in heavy armor with long swords and shields. Some of them have glaives, and you can see about 3 of them are spellcasters. And they get onto the stage, and Condula steps towards the side, and you can see those panther walks up in front of it and begins to crouch into a aggressive stance. Condula goes, begin! And then what follows is one of the most one-sided fight that you have ever seen. The blades and weaponry of Kolreshken's soldiers doesn't even so much as chip these Steel Legion. Just carve at it, just sparks sending, not even a mote of dust upon its carapace. The only time where damage was ever done was when one of the spellcasters cast a firebolt and it strikes against it, and you can see it leaves a charred mark, but even then, it doesn't affect it as much as it should. And the Steel Legion, these panthers, just wreck the shit out of them, just grab onto them, hammer them down, bite onto them, throw them aside, and beat them up. And in less than 30 seconds, the Steel Legion has completely conquered all of the soldiers. They all lie on the ground, bloodied, injured, and you can see Kolreshken is bristling with humiliation at this display, as you can see all of the people over here is like, whoa, like starts clapping and looking at each other. We should get those on our side. It seems that the crowd is turning in favor of the Steel Legion. And then Condula walks out and goes, behold, the Steel Legion. And then a cheer goes up among everyone. And as Condula lowers her hand from her gesture, she looks at you again, Aitri, and she smiles. And then she tilts her head towards the side as if she wants to talk to you, and she begins to walk off the stage. Do you comply?
I will comply. I will follow where she goes.
Alright. And so as she steps off the stage, you can see a couple of these generals and commanders of the Zetra military walk up and start shaking hands with her, patting her on the shoulder, and just talking as you walk towards the side. Eventually, she finishes all of it out, and then she walks and stops in front of you. And out of curiosity, how tall is Aitri again?
I think she is 160 cm.
Oh, 160 cm. I think that's like 5'6", right? If I'm not mistaken, 5'7", around there. Yeah, in which case, regardless, Condula Kratis, she's like about 6'2", so she towers over you as she walks up to you. Ah, Spy Master Aitri, a pleasant surprise. And then she holds out her gauntleted hand for you to shake.
Such a shiny trinket?
Yes, I invented it myself. Do you leave her hanging or do you shake her hand?
I leave her hanging.
She just clenches her hand and then just puts it down. It is good that you are here. I had been meaning to speak with you. Please. And then she gestures towards the side, towards one of the nearby buildings in this courtyard. And then she enters it, and I'm guessing you follow.
Yeah.
Alright, so Aitri, you are led into this side chamber. Looks like a barracks of some kind, like most of the living space over here, but this one seems to be deliberately emptied, probably for the commotion outside. Condula leads you deeper until eventually she comes upon this office that she turns to you and goes, "Nah, I was given this place to set up before my little speech and demonstration. Please." And then she gestures for you to enter first.
I will enter.
Alright. And as you do, she turns towards one of her shadow that has been following her, probably either her bodyguard or her second in command. And then she just claps him on the shoulder. She closes the door. My people will ensure that no one can eavesdrop. Now, this space is very utilitarian. There is only a desk here, a chair for the person behind the desk, one in front of it, some shelves, and that's it. There's not even a window here. And then she sits behind the chair and look at you. Impressive, isn't it, the Steel Legion? One can imagine they would change the face of war itself once it is embraced across Oris.
Fair. But I have one question.
Oh?
What is it powered from? Pray, if you can say.
Oh. Obviously, I can't get into the nitty-gritty of it. It is very much an artificing discipline, and I do not believe that that is your specialty, but it works in the same manner as the Warforged that was created. There is a central power system, arcane power system, a marriage of technology and the arcane. And it is self-powering, like most spells. We have simply given it form.
Very impressive. Is it controlled by your gauntlet here?
Yes, there are many sets of these control gems that we have. Each one controls an entire battalion of these Steel Legion.
So, what would you like to talk to me about?
Yes. I understand you to be a very blunt person, so I will not stand on semantics and inquire upon the weather. So I will just say that I know that you have been watching me, and also the Grand General. May I ask why?
Well, in the beginning, you are here in our empire, therefore I always need to keep an eye on everyone. So that's my job. Is it very surprising?
I suppose I can't fault you for that. After all, you are the spy master to not one, but two different monarchs, Empress Laurelin and the King of Dresmere. And as he says, King of Dresmere, she gives you a knowing look. And then you sort of like process what she said. She referred to Empress Laurelin by name, but when she refers to Xarxus, she deliberately says King of Dresmere and does not say his actual name. You only do that for gods, and you do not want to invoke their name. I understand that you found my spies in the court of Dresmere. That was pretty impressive.
And you have found mine too, and none of them has returned.
Yes, I too play in the game that you are so adept at. And then she adjusts her seat a bit. That is why I want to talk to you. You are a very influential person. You have the ears of Laurelin, and you have the ear of Karkos himself. And you have allegiances to the Fletchers, I understand.
I would lean back on my chair. Probably I'm not sitting on a stool, right?
No, you're not. You fall. Nah, you're in a back chair.
Okay, so I lean back and then I just continue to listen. Is there anything else that she wants to say before I say anything?
What I am about to say now is this. I propose an alliance between you and I. With my connections and yours, we can do great things together.
What are the terms?
And therein comes to the moment we've all been waiting for. I propose a Tavian pact, and she holds out her gauntleted hand again. With this pact, what we say here, what I tell you now, can never be shared with anyone else, indirectly or directly. This is sensitive information I am about to share here, and I require your full, total complacency. We will proceed no more until you agree to this. And you will know what a Tarvian pact is. Tardavos is where the devils come from and they form contracts. So a Tarvian pact is essentially, you know how the ancient Greeks, I swear upon the river Styx, I will not do this. And it is an oath so binding that if a god were to swear upon the river Styx and they break that oath, they will be punished as well. Like what happened to Apollo, he was made mortal because he broke a Stygian pact. So a Tarvian pact is something like that. So once the terms of this pact is set, if you were to break it, horrible things will happen to you.
I have a few questions before either agreeing to the pact. What is your stand with the peace talks between our empire?
I want nothing other than peace in Oris. That is why I created the Steel Legion and why I do what I do. You can make an insight check if you wish.
Yes, insight check. Okay, this one I high.
Oh! Nice. All right. So, with that 27 natural 20, you can tell with absolute certainty that Condula Kratis fully believes in what she is saying. That she is all for establishing peace in Oris. But of course, with that natural 20, you also know the kind of society that she comes from. Her form of peace might be different from yours, but peace is her end goal.
And what do you think of Grand General Coruscant?
He is a good war leader, but too paranoid for his own good. He is a thorn in my side, I will not deny that, and one that I will have to deal with eventually. Something that I had hoped that with this alliance with you that I can negate and do not have to resort to more insubtle means like what he wished to visit upon me.
Why do we have to do the pact? Is my word not enough?
With respect to you, no, you are a spy master. Whatever I say here, you must recount in one form or another back to the Empress or to the King. I am simply covering my own ass, to use a more cruder terminology. No harm will come to you if you swear by the pact that you will not reveal what I tell you here to anyone else. That is it.
What if I act on it?
If you make the pact with me and then you break the terms of that pact, you will damn your own soul. That is what the pact is for. It is to ensure that two parties hold to their words.
I would also like to ask, if let's say I do not agree in this pact, would I come out alive? Straight at her eye.
Yeah. She just, what do you take me for? I am not some barbarian or savage. If you refuse to make this pact with me, we simply have nothing to talk about and you may leave.
Well, you killed me once before.
Yes, just to clarify, she did not kill you personally, it was her people that killed you.
I still hold that grudge.
As you said, she's like, I see, old grudges die hard. Don't worry, I have no intention of visiting any harm upon you, regardless of whether you accept this pact with me or not. You are more useful to me alive than dead.
Do I only have one day on right now just to consider?
It would be best if we do it now. There will not be many opportunities for us to speak like this. And I will say, with that natural 20 on the inside, you can tell that with this entire conversation, she is also testing your resolve and your ability to make choices on the fly. And your answer here will determine whether her respect for you is earned or not.
Fair play that you killed all my spies. I guess you're also formidable. So, for the good, for the peace in our nations, I will agree to the Tyruvian pact.
Good. And then she holds out her gauntleted hand again. You take it.
Do I hear anything from my Necrolord?
You don't hear anything.
Well, he need one piece, hey? Sure.
You grab onto her hand and she clasps it tight. And you know what comes next. A Tarvian pact involves a handshake and a blade to be pierced through the hand, which she does now. She takes out the blade and then stabs.
Wait. I will pierce my own.
Okay. All right. You earn a lot of respect from her, and you can see her eyes widen as you stab through your own hand and pierce through hers as well. And so, the pact is sealed. Not a word of what we say here will be revealed to any other soul outside this room, and I will perform no harm upon you. Do you find the terms agreeable?
Yes.
Then the pact is sealed. And with that, you rip the blade out, and then she releases your hand. And we'll just say that you take like 3 piercing damage from the stabbing of the hand. And then she reaches into her pocket, she pulls out a handkerchief, and she wipes her hand, and then she sits back, looks upon you, and goes, like I said before, I want your alliance because you have the ear of Solvira and Karkos. You have your connections with the Fletchers, and the Fletchers' reach goes wide. Combined with mine, I, as the High Imperator of the new Iron Dominion. Here you can see her eyes glisten with a bit of mirth as Ryan goes, I, as a member of the Timentis Closed Table under the moniker Iron Warden, and I, as the chosen of the dread Tyrant, with our powers combined, there will be no force that will deny the peace that we can bring upon Oris. Will you accept this alliance to put an end to the violence that has so plagued the Iron Dominion and the Draconic Kingdom of Tyrandia and your nations and all the other nations here that lingers in the underbelly? All those blood spilled. Do you not want it to end just like I do? I can bring about this change if you would only to join me.
I just stare at her. Do I need to reply this? Oh yeah, I need to answer if I want to join her.
You do not have to answer now. The pact will ensure that you cannot reveal my secret to anyone else. I can wait. I will still be in Zetrum for another month. You have till then.
I have another month to decide whether I want to join you.
Yes. Together we can do great things.
I look at her and I'm like slowly binding my wound. Is it done?
Yes, it is. And then she holds out her own punctured hand. This pact swears you to silence and me to do no harm upon you. Keep to the pact, and there need not be any aggression between the two of us, even if you were to deny my alliance, though I will be disappointed.
Fair. Now I must leave. It is late.
Of course. Good day, Spy Master.
I will leave. And I
Right.
walk out from the place.
Right? You are allowed to leave. You open the door and see on the other side is Condula's bodyguard, second in command. You don't know, this man with cropped hair, arms crossed, just gives you a nod as you walk past him. And eventually you leave the barracks. You leave the military district on your way back to the Palace of Glass. What is going through Aitri's head right now?
Well, at least I know who is Iron Maiden now.
Iron Warden.
In a way, Iron Warden.
Yes.
In a way.
Yeah, you have, in that one conversation, you have learned everything that you wish to learn about this mystery that you have been tackling for the past month. The only problem is you cannot reveal it to anyone. And so...
It's okay. It's okay. Aitri will keep that in mind. And yeah.
And so, with that, you return to the Palace of Glass, and we fast forward to the next day. I will say, for the purposes of this, Forsyth is just MIA. You all don't know where they are. And
As usual.
Yep, as usual. And so,
Yeah.
eventually, Devan, in this new day, you gathered everyone. You know what? Just a quick little thing. John, how do you go back to the Palace of Glass? Like, after you massacred the Dominicans in Zetrum, what do you do next? And that eventually brings you back to Zetrum to meet up with the others.
Well, that's easy. He's just going to go to spa, have a good massage, relaxing himself,
Alright.
and going back fresh and clean.
I'll say, just for the purposes of comedy, you got the spa in the same inn that Forsyth is in. You just don't know that they're there. I'll say it'll cost you 5 gold for the spa. I mean, this is very fancy spa. You are completely rejuvenated to the point that you gain 10 temporary hit points for now.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, your body is just, you have not been this relaxed in years. Or rather, in your very short time alive, which is like 2 days.
Yeah.
And so you made it back to the Palace of Glass, and you get pulled by Devan. And so now, I'm guessing, Devan, you are pulling them into your room, your private chamber.
Private chamber.
Yeah, basically the room that is offered to you in the Palace of Glass.
Sure, I guess.
Alright, and so the 4 of you are now gathered in Devan's chamber, having been summoned by him via like servants that is bringing you like your, I guess, morning tea or something. And then they direct you into Devan's room. And then one of the servants does tell you, Devan, that Forsyth is nowhere to be found. And so you gather, they're probably off doing what Forsyth usually do, and they'll turn out whenever they want. So it's currently just you with Eli'viel, John, and Aitri in the room. What do you all do?
Okay, I just want to look at everyone, right? So John is sparkling clean and extremely rejuvenated.
Mm-hmm.
And the rest, like, physically, because like Aitri just like stabbed her hands. So is Aitri nursing, hiding it? What's happening?
Actually, it's up to you to
Yeah.
decide. Do you use magic to heal it, or
Yeah.
do you also have the bandage?
I guess the wound will remind me what I've done.
Yeah.
So I will leave that. But
I mean, the wound
will see
will,
a
the wound will close, but even if you heal it, the scar will remain there, so long as the pact holds.
I will not heal it,
Mm.
but I will kind of hide it
All right.
in a way.
So just Aitri standing there with her hands behind her back, like standing at attention.
Like an old person putting hands behind their back.
Like word. Okay, so when everyone is gathered around, y'all can see that Devan he does not look good. He looks like he napped, but the nap wasn't a good, peaceful kind of nap. So you see like eye bags as usual. The eye bag like 2 times long, like lower when
Longer.
yeah, longer. Yeah. And I guess at this point of time, we all kind of know that we all went off to do our own things, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So he just kind of says like generally out to everyone. So how did it go?
Eli'viel will reveal what happened. I don't think she will hide. I mean, but before that, she'll make sure that nobody's listening into the conversation.
Easy enough. The Palace of Glass is very secure.
and I relay everything that has happened, except for her prayers with the Dawnmother. That one she will keep it to herself for now. I will look at Grandpa, and Grandpa's like, "You alright there, old man?"
He will tell them, not to say that he will tell them everything that happened, but he will summarize it to the points of he's found a way to break the contract, but he needs to get the lost crown from Shah Abysia and give it to the Herald, and then his contract will be broken. But he also says that Brother Gangrich gave him an alternative, which is to give Brother Gangrich the crown and then like lie to the Herald and say that he lost it. So then he will kind of like throw the question out to the group. What's so important about this crown that everyone wants it?
Do we know any information about the crown?
Yeah, do
You-
you know anything?
You all have no idea what this crown is, but do you tell them that the heralds specifically say that it belongs to the lurker right now?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so as
I
soon
mean, he'll say it, but he has no idea that any of it is.
Okay. This will actually for Devan. I will actually, you will probably and actually all of you will know this the most, except for John, I'm guessing, because he doesn't. So for Eli'viel, Aitri, and Devan, all three of you know about the Lurker. The Lurker is the demon god of knowledge. So I have said before that Shah Abysia, the realm of the demons, they are a very chaotic place, and so they don't really have a pantheon, or rather a pantheon as we know it, like the Celestial and the Fey courts have. But in Shah Abysia, when divinity was first beginning, so the Celestials were the first ones. That's why they're the most powerful. They were the first ones who discovered that by having mortals worship them, they can achieve apotheosis. So the first one that this happened to was Soliona, who went from an angel to a god in those early days. And when the demons of Shah Abysia found out about this, in that time they had just been fighting and killing each other for dominance. But when they found out that they can draw mortal worship and see it as the key to divine ascension, they all started meddling in the mortal realm and start gathering those fringe cults to build up their power. And so there are a lot of lesser gods in Shah Abysia, though they are mostly just called demon lords and not actual full-fledged gods. But eventually, they cause a lot of bloodshed in the mortal realms itself, as all of these different demonic factions start fighting each other, their worshippers killing each other to dedicating to their own gods. And it slowly draws the attention of the Celestial Pantheon, and realizing that their current path would lead to their destruction, three of the most powerful of these demon gods, they forged a pact with each other that they would never rise against one another, otherwise the third side would annihilate. So let's say if A and B go against each other, C will just side with either A or B and destroy the other. And so in this way they establish a Cold War, with the three of them on top and all of the rest of the demon gods below squabbling. And if any of them rise to challenge one of them, they will just strike them down. And so these three gods are known as the three above all. And they are the Dark Dragon Queen, who is the demon god of war. Orcus, the demon god of undeath, was the original member until he was killed. Then he was replaced by the Sibilant Beast, who is the demon god of the arcane. And the third one is the Lurker, the demon god of knowledge. Aitri, you will know him by a different name. You will know him as the All-Knowing, because you are part of the Grand Athenaeum as well, which you have resided in, and also as the Serpent Sage. The Lurker is who a lot of sages and wizards reach out to for knowledge. A lot of wizards have the Lurker as their patron god. You will also know that in order to get something from the Lurker, he usually gives knowledge. And in exchange, you either give him a memory that you have, which will then be erased from your own mind, or you give him items, magical items. For the purposes of gameplay, artifact items will always be accepted. Legendary items have a high chance to be accepted. Very rare items, 50-50, anything else below that he will never take. And he is also the Lurker in particular is the most mysterious of the demon gods. He has people worshipping him, but he has, as far as you know, on the historical stage, he has not done anything. He did not participate in the Sundering. He did not participate in any of the cult wars. Nothing. He is just always there. That's why he's called the Lurker.
hermit, basically.
Yeah.
Mm.
Sometimes also called the Watcher because he craves information and knowledge above all else.
So first things first.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we
Will
continue.
you go with me on my mission to end my contract?
Of course, Ellie will look at you, Devan, and knowing all you have gone through, of course, Ellie would like to help, but then she will ask you a question. Do you have a plan, though? I will help you in this quest, but knowing who we're up against with, I would like a plan, especially since we're going to Sharbistia.
The plan is to acquire an item that he will not refuse, trade it for the crown, and what happens to the crown after that, we'll see.
Question to GM. If he's all knowing, why does he still wants information?
Because knowledge is endless.
Yeah, and that and also the experiences of individuals is always different from others. That's why he accepts memories as payment as well.
DM, remember that item that is in the Golden City, the one that Devon was thinking about? What is it? It's supposed to be
Yeah, don't know what X hammer or something like that.
yeah, it's supposed to be the Hammer of Lysander or something like that, but you change it to something else.
Ni Baldur's Gate ni.
Yeah, there is a holy mace in the Golden City, but I will just say right now, if you steal that to give it to a demon god, you will be excommunicated so fast.
No. I remember if we do something to help the Golden City, we could negotiate to get the weapon. Not
Yes.
gonna steal, of course not. I
Okay.
think Ellie will we'll suck it down quickly.
No, we're not stealing it.
All will be dead, including I will come after you.
So Leona is like,
Oh, there.
Eli'viel, I just gave you my blessing. Why would you do this?
I would. That's what I think Ellie will
Freaker.
let. But that
Nick,
weapon.
it's called the Dust Crusher. I even wrote it down.
Oh, there it is.
Oh,
What a
wait.
stupid name, Dust Crusher.
Hey,
And I know-
I made that name.
Yeah.
Gonna get inspiration for
Inspiration.
remembering that DM did not remember, so they get
Yeah.
inspiration.
Okay, you know what? Yeah, sure, why not? All of you get inspiration because I forgot.
Yay! I
Wow,
even wrote
we
it down.
benefit too for Podigy.
DM says if we do well in Harkon and the Golden City, maybe the priests of the Dawnmother can be persuaded to loan us the Dust Crusher.
Loan? Quote unquote
Oh
loan?
yeah, that is. I actually,
come on.
I have vague memories. This is so long ago.
I
This
will.
So
was
questionable,
Look
the
at this
loaning word.
April.
You
This
can look at the
Oh,
pod.
Alright.
Wow,
April,
there's
yeah,
even
that's
a date.
You
Wow.
like the
Okay.
code.
Damn, got receipts.
This is why we take notes.
Yeah.
I took my notes, but I don't even know what I'm writing, so that's why I was struggling. Okay, by the way, okay, let's moving on.
Okay, sorry.
Is that weapon a legendary weapon?
It is an artifact.
Oh shit.
Artifact is one of its kind, basically.
Well, you have an option.
Yeah. Or again, you can
It
also
also
offer.
belongs to the Dawnmother.
Yeah, memory.
And
You
then-
guys
Yeah.
can offer memory.
Yeah, you can
too.
offer memories as well.
Well, anyway, the point is to offer him something that he can't refuse.
Mm-hmm.
Offer, wait, offer a memory.
Yeah,
I mean,
memory.
The-
I have a memory I would like
Actually,
to...
you know what? I will
Wait.
allow each of you to roll me a religion check.
Oh, damn.
This is.
Okay.
Are you religious enough?
I will cry.
I
if
will-
they
I will-
not really.
Aitri, I will give you advantage because you will know the most about the lurker.
Oh no. I'll tell you, if I roll low, it's the same, bro.
It'll be so funny.
Oh no.
Roll
Look
again.
at that. Single
Wait.
digit, bro.
Wait, roll another one. Roll another
Oh
one.
no.
Oh wow!
Wow.
You are the one lah.
My role is so uncharacteristic of me.
Eli'viel, do you want to
Let me-
use? Oh yeah.
Let me roll another one.
Okay, inspiration.
Yeah.
I
What?
instantly use my inspiration.
All right.
Wait, Nick, did you say something?
I was gonna say, do you have +7? Do you want to use an inspiration?
Yeah, why not, right?
Do you want to bless?
Can we bless?
Guidance,
Guidance.
Yeah, guidance. I'll
Guidance,
guidance. You take
please.
it. Bless
Okay.
yourself for then.
Okay, roll your bless, just the
Does it-
D4.
Does it stack?
Nah, it doesn't. It would be so broken if they can stack.
Guidance stack.
A 21. Take the 21.
Okay.
Take that 21.
All right. So, with the 21, because you've been to the Grand Athenaeum before alongside the Serpent Sage Aitri, as a faithful of the Dawnmother, you are tasked to always go against demonic cults, but yet these three above all, good people worship them as well. Wizards, arcanists, sages, historians, like the Sibyllin Beast and the Lurker. And so you wanted to learn from their perspective. And you learned that while demons are by nature of being from the abyss, they are chaotic by nature. The process of ascension, when they become, or rather they start to embody something, have that override aspects of their personhood as well. And so they are not just a demon, they are also a god. And that temper some of their more sadistic impulse. Because you have heard stories that the Sibyllin Beast, pre-apotheosis, he is a very savage monster. But once he became the demon god of undead, he became fairly lucid. And as for the Lurker himself, he has not done a single thing. It's from the moment that he is old, even before the first god appears. And in all that time, in all of history, he has not done a single thing. And in those times where you are talking with them, when you're learning, wait, if you give memories and you lose that memories, why would you do something like that? And some of the answers that you receive is that sometimes people, they have memories that they just want to forget. And so they use the Lurker as a means to do that, and they get something out of it. But some people have also said that secondhand accounts also work. So let's say you have a memory, and then you have an account of that same memory. You can give that account instead, so long as it matches the original memory and you do not lose the original memory. But of course, you have to make sure that the memories match, because if there's one thing that the Lurker hates above all, is to be lied to. So if your memory does not match your original memory as you are giving it over, you run the risk of pissing him off. But this is the loophole to give memories without losing it.
You give the memory means that you lost it. You
Yes.
lose it, right?
Yes, if you give the actual memory itself, but if you give a recounting of that memory that you have of it, then you will keep the original memory.
Nice.
I think that could work.
But what if that memory is not your memory?
If it can be your memory of something else, like you witnessed something and you want to tell the Lurker that something, you can do that. Even though the memory is not yours, you've seen it. It has been filtered through your experience, and so it is knowledge.
This is easy. I'll give the memory of John Dead Beggar's body just bursting wells. For some reason, I don't know how, he comes back alive as John that is not John.
I was gonna say that the memory needs to be something that is interesting, but I think that would actually be fairly interesting.
That is
Yeah.
super
It
interesting.
is very interesting.
Yeah, it is
What do
very
you mean?
interesting.
So interesting.
Yeah.
I studied the lurker. I know that it's interesting.
And we can say that it's not alive because we are there.
Yeah.
Yeah. is
we have
like-
all the memory there.
Yeah,
if it's
yeah,
not
yeah.
enough, there's more.
Like, how many people have you seen has been resurrected? None, not so many. Only
Immediately on the
1%.
spot.
Yeah. Or rather,
Not
this is the
even 3
first.
days
Yeah, this
till
is
they get
the
the spot.
this is the weirdest resurrection that you've all seen.
Yes.
That is true. You are the first.
Yes,
Alright.
you are the first.
Exactly.
Yes.
All
Right.
right.
Game, thank you, Popo, for giving us a shot.
Thanks for giving us the memory, the traumatic memory, and then now
yeah,
we
yeah.
can give it away.
Yep.
I would like it to be erased from my memory. Actually, I don't
Oh
like
yes, I cannot unsee, so I need to erase
Yeah,
it.
we can offer that memory. Actually, yeah, you know what? Yeah, that's very
right?
traumatic.
on a plated, silver platter. Go ahead. Go.
But just
Take
so
it
that-
and go.
not all of you have to offer it. You only need to offer something if you want something from the Lurker in return.
No, but like, can you imagine we all just run up to the lurker and be like, take this?
Oh my god. Alright.
Okay,
else
so
from you?
we can get
Take it.
anything from him. Like, what can we get? Another knowledge,
Yeah,
another thing.
mostly
What do we-
knowledge.
What does he bestow?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
He-
You know what? That's actually very good.
Usually wizards go to him to learn like forbidden magic, like things that are lost, and sages and historians go to him to ask him about pre-sundering stuff.
And he knows pre-sundering stuff since, oh yeah, he exists. Oh yeah.
Yeah. You can say that about 70% of the books written in the Grand Athenaeum about pre-sundering stuff is from him. It's like scholars going to him, and if they, don't go mad and they actually come back, they write books about it.
Oh, that means we have to roll for something to maintain our sanity lah.
Just don't look at him based on... I'm sure, Devan, you told him all the warnings, right? You told them.
I thought that warning.
Yeah.
Show deference, don't look at him, don't lie to him.
Do you think he has the knowledge where Icarus comes from?
I bet he knows.
Sure.
He knows everything, I think. Well, I know what I want to ask.
Me too.
So,
Me too.
Now the question is, should we go now or later? Because Ellie will also brought up that she needs to go to the Golden City since the situation is now dire.
a reminder, Devan, that you do have a deadline.
Don't we all?
Don't we all? That's the issue.
Yeah, but
It's
Devan
late.
one is in 3 days. He has to go to Postrum in 3 days.
Oh shit.
Oh,
If that's the case, let her.
So,
Okay.
So
guys,
okay, yeah. We had this
wanna go to hell?
Do you know how first of all?
I mean,
Why know how?
Uh,
Why know how? Considering the Herald is my patron.
From what the heralds say, you just need to meet up with the people at Postrum and they will bring you to the place that is the safest path from the mortal realm into Shah Abyssia. So you gather that whomever he has assigned to help you in this would probably know what to do.
Okay, done. Anybody need to get anything before we go?
I think we're good to go. I'm good to go.
Let's go.
All right.
Nah.
since we're going to hell, right? Probably we can find
Get
a
some
soul.
What?
I mean, there is a missing soul going around, like,
You're
probably
right.
we can ask.
We still haven't figured out where the soul went.
Yeah.
So imagine going to hell and asking for directions. Hey, have you seen the soul?
Uh,
And then hell is like,
is it our knowledge that either they'll go there or somewhere like
I mean, usually the person, when they die, their soul goes to the god they worship. But Miramau just did not go to the god that he worships.
is that person not loyal that he didn't actually go?
Maybe.
From my conclusion, it's somebody yanked that soul. Someone more powerful.
Yeah, I think so too. That's my theory.
It's not that he's loyal. He's loyal to a fault. I think somebody yanked that soul real quick.
I wonder who.
All right. So, as you all begin your preparations to head to Portstrom and go to the realm of the Lurker, demon god of knowledge, we will end our session here and we'll see what happens next time when you all visit the Abyss. All right. Thank you all for playing another stable stream, which I enjoy, and we shall we shall all see you next time. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.